Hi, this is Janet. I am on the design team for Texana Designs, and our feature stamp this month for February is going to be the Texas shape. So I wanted to show you how I created this card and this tag using the Texas shape, papers by Wright Designs in the burlap and the bandana. This is homespun by Adorn It. These layers here are using the fusibles and the fuse tool from We Are Memory Keepers. In order to get the shape pop dotted and steady, I used the fun foam and just adhered the entire element to the fun foam so that it's all on one big piece now. You can see here it's all on one piece. I do need to go back and put this in so that we don't have any loose areas there. But now I can just trim it here, and when it's in the card or the tag, it's not going to get squished and lose its dimension. In order to get the red on here, I used the Distress Splatter Brush and the Distress Stains. I have a little bit on here, but it's really hard to see, so I think I'll put a little bit more. I'm just going to put some ink stain down and load up my brush. So if I splatter it this way, oops, it does get a lot if you've got a lot on your brush. If you splatter it this way, you're supposed to get bigger spots. So I think that'll look great. Looks much better now that it's got a little bit more color to it. I can dab it off, clean up my mess here so I don't get it on anything else. And my brush should be put in water to make sure that doesn't stick to it. On the fusibles, I hadn't played with that much, and I went ahead and I cut 3 pieces to fit the width of my cardstock, my mat, and then I trimmed it into 3 different widths so that you had a little bit of dimension. And I went in with the tool and put the first one together. I'll go ahead and put this one together without trimming it, just so you can see. You want a good firm start on it. And hopefully this will work. I think this is one of those tools that takes some practice before you get really good at it. So you can see I wasn't holding it straight there, and we kind of got mixed up. It will pull apart if you get it soon enough. So I'll start at the other end and come down this way. It didn't go all the way through to the back, so maybe I'll just put some more on the back. Now to go on my tag, because the fusibles are a material that's set to melt, I won't be able to fuse it to my mat. I'll just have to go in with tape and tape it to the mat. And so here's my other layer. So I'm going to do this, get it started. Now, live and learn. Turn it around and work the other direction. This is how you can make pockets any size in your Project Life or any of your sheet protectors. And now I'll just go in and ruffle this up so that I have some dimension to that. And I'm going to lay this one back in here so we can see where we're going with this. Put that tool out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this. This card is actually 5.5 by 4 inches. So my mat is 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. My tag here is going to be 2 inches by 5¼ and then I'm going to, I love this stuff. This is score tape and it really will adhere well and hold things down nicely. So I can put this on here. This is great embossed paper. I had never seen it before. I love it. I got it in New Braunfels at the store there. Any of your local stores should have it. Be sure you visit them. Okay. One of my tricks that I like is if I'm trying to mat something that's big, this tape really will stick hard. So if you don't get it lined up, it's kind of hard sometimes to pull it off. So I will fold back the 4 pieces in 2 opposing corners. And then that allows me to really get it in place before I tape it down. So that looks good to me. Mash that corner in. And then it's simply zip and press. For the tag, I don't have to have it secured all the way. I think just a little bit here to hold it in place will definitely keep that looking good. And then before I put this down, I want to attach my ribbon here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little tape on here so that the ribbon doesn't slide. And I just take a string like this, tie my little knot. You can do it around that piece, but I find that this works really well. And then I can cut it in half here, and it will go around my card. Now before I put this down, I want to make sure and trim it to 4 inches. So let's look at this. Looks like it just needs one of those cut off. One on each side. Now, if you want to stain the edges of it so that it shows up a little bit better in here, I chose to use the StazOn because this is a little bit slick, and I didn't know how. I think that the Distress ink, some of the other inks will rub off of that. So you can do it this way. You can do it individually. Looks like I've got a stray one right there. One turned inside out. But it just gives it a little bit of color so that you can help define those edges a little bit. Now on the sample here, I did go ahead and ink the sides of my tag here. Nothing like going back and fixing a mistake, especially if you can get to it soon enough. Okay, put that back in place. Peel this off. See if I can get that centered just a little bit better. Doesn't have to be perfect, just eyeball it. Now I used the 1/8 inch score tape on that side so it wouldn't show through the ribbon. But for this back, I'm going to go ahead and use this 1/4 inch. And I'm going to put it all the way across. Peel it off and then lay my ribbon down. And I could have attached it here and laid the ribbon down behind this mat, but I didn't. So now I will go in and put just a little bit of tape on top of the ribbon so that it's good and stuck. Peel that off. Place that. Trim this. And then a little bit more around the edges here. It's like when we were teaching our kids to color. Define the edges. I'll make it pop. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put score tape on the back of this one again. 1, 2, 3. Now I could have used Distress ink on this, but since I had the other out, I just used it. And there we're done. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the Texana stamps either at their website on www.texanadesigns.blogspot. I'll have this video there, or on my my blog. And then she has an Etsy site and is available on Facebook. Stamps right now are in the stores in Salado, New Braunfels, Wichita Falls, Wimberley, and some of the other stores may still have some. I don't know all of the stores that carry it, so be sure you check, and if they don't have it, ask them to order it.